Hello everybody, this is Donnie, aka Elevated, coming at you with another video today, and this one is going to be how to carry with communication as a support. So I hope you enjoyed this replay review / guide on kind of carrying as a support with your communication and decision making and leadership skills. So let's get into the replay. So the first thing that you see me doing here is something that I talked about in what you should do in the first 5 minutes of every game, which is that I have a ward, I have a smoke, and I smoke myself to get to the lane quickly and place the ward. And I decided that I wanted to ward this bottom rune because I wasn't totally sure what the lanes were going to be. And so I wanted to get some early scouting information. And actually, if I look at this ward, I'm just going to pause the replay here real quick. This is actually kind of a mistake. I should have placed the ward either a little bit more over here or a little bit more over here, because that would have given me more vision either to this side or to this side. But I placed it right here. It gives me vision of the rune, and it also does scout out this Underlord who shows himself so that I know, okay, we do definitely have an Underlord in the bottom lane. I guess Enigma is also going to be in the bottom lane, and I just kind of wanted to get some early scouting information to see if we could perhaps maybe snipe a rune here or there. Now in this laning stage, I just wanted to touch on this. This is a pretty difficult lane for me to do anything as a support. Now, Dazzle is a very aggressive support, and he's one that wants to be harassing. He wants to be trading most of the time because Poison Touch is so powerful for trading, and also because Dazzle's attack animation is good and his movement speed is good, so he's able to out-trade people. However, against the Underlord, who really just doesn't care about being right-clicked, it's not the hero that I want to be targeting with my harass. He has a decent amount of regen, a stat shield as well. And then the Enigma, of course, also has some regen, but more importantly has these Eidolons who just completely destroy me and my 2 armor if I try to trade with the Enigma. So you'll see me trying to trade here and there a few times, but you'll just see how much damage I take from these Eidolons, which means that I really can't actually help my PA very much by trying to just right-click. And another thing about playing as Enigmas specifically, or somebody that's denying a lot of creeps from you, is that if you stay there in lane as a support with your carry and just kind of like do nothing, which is what I would have been doing, since, you know, I could do a couple right clicks here, but I'm going to ultimately lose all of the trades for damage and regen. So you actually want to just leave your carry alone to get the experience, because if I'm splitting the minimal experience that we're getting from the heavy deny lane, then it's going to be even worse for the carry than if he's just not getting any CS, but getting a reasonable amount of experience. So I go and immediately pull, and I just try to trade with this Underlord as much as possible. I see an opportunity for a good Shadow Wave there, so I go ahead and throw it out. And I'm able to bully him kind of away from the creeps as a result. So what you're going to see is me spending most of my time away from the lane. And because of that, because I know that I can't really do much in the bottom lane, it's going to make me a lot more able to rotate to other lanes. That's another thing that you can do, is if you're in a hard lane or a lane where you can't really contribute, it's much better to go try to contribute somewhere else than to just sit there and soak your carry's experience and not offer much in the lane other than basically a lead weight for him to try and level up and carry. Now I'm basically just sitting around trying to figure out where to go next, which gives me a little bit of time to stack a camp. And what I really wanted to do here, I remember I wanted to set up on this Drow Ranger, but I wasn't able to get a smoke because the courier was being used. So because the courier is in use, I have to adapt what I want to do. And so I decide, all right, let's go back to the top lane where there seems to be quite a bit of action. I get another save on this Lion here. We get a turn kill on the Pudge, and we go for another kill on this Sven. And unfortunately, we don't get the kill just because it's a little bit too much to dive in with a full creep wave under tower. But we are able to deny him a bunch of creeps because now he's at such low HP that he actually has to walk back to the fountain to heal up because he only has 1 tango, or he's going to go to the shrine. Another really important thing about playing support in the early game is you want to be as efficient as possible. I just TP down here to get the runes, which is a relatively efficient move. But now I can't just run somewhere else because I would just kind of be wasting a lot of time. So now that I'm here, there's an opportunity to kill the Enigma. So we decide to go on him, we get the kill, and now that TP that brought me from the top lane to the bottom lane has accomplished multiple things. We got the runes, we got a kill, we kind of helped PA get a little boost in this lane, and ideally we'd like to get these wards out here so that now when we make our next move, we can place vision while we're making that move. And that's one of the things as a support that I really try to focus on is I always want to be trying to get more as I'm moving across the map. So in this case, I'm just kind of doing a pull to, again, try and help my PA out a little bit, pull the lane back so he's not so high up without any vision in the lane. And now I'm going to make my next move because, again, I don't really want to be in this lane with the PA just because I can't actually help him very much against Enigma and Underlord. So instead, I'm going to smoke myself to the mid lane. I'm going to place some vision. I'm trying to kill this Drow because Drow's a pretty important hero for them. And unfortunately, my Zeus is not able to really help me out with that. So instead of wasting time sitting around there, I'm going to look for something else to do. And that means I'm going to go back to the bottom lane. My PA was actually calling me, hey, we can kill Enigma again. He's showing in lane. So in this sequence, we see me looking to try and get the bounty runes. Unfortunately, I get caught out by this Enigma and the Pudge, but that doesn't mean that I can't get something out of this situation. I do get hooked. I'm able to get my Grave off and kind of stall things out for my PA to come get the kill along with Lion. Now, I'm super low, and a lot of people would probably TP back to the fountain, but I noticed that it's still around the bounty rune time. I've been keeping track of the heroes in the top lane, and I haven't seen any of them come over to our side. So I'm able to TP to the top shrine, heal up that way, since nobody really needs to use it at the moment, and able to grab at least one of the bounty runes there. Again, trying to get as much as possible out of these moves. Bounty rune plus a heal while also staying out on the map. And then, because I see fighting going on mid, I decide, all right, let's head to the mid lane and try and help out my team once again. And because we're mid and we were able to kill the Pudge and sort of push the Sven out of lane, I'm pinging, why don't we just take this tower? It's very low. We can judge that the tower is, killable because of how low it is. And a lot of people are kind of scared to just push towers by themselves, especially if they're a hero like a Zeus who doesn't actually do any tower damage really. But since we can see the Enigma with the wards that I placed on the shrine, we know that Underlord is top because we can see him on the minimap. We killed Pudge, so he's nowhere nearby, and Sven has retreated to the jungle and is not trying to fight. We know that we can pretty easily just go take this tower. So that's what we do. And getting those early towers is super, super vital to securing some map control and allowing yourself as a support to go deeper into the enemy side of the map and place deeper and deeper vision, which is crucial to actually advancing the game towards its conclusion. Now, I just wanted to quickly talk about this point. So we just respawned. Our TP is on cooldown, but even if our TP was off of cooldown, this would be the same thought process that I have. I take a look at the various lanes. I want to take stock of where we should potentially be going, and then I'm going to run there. Unless I need to be there immediately because there's a fight happening, I'm going to run there to keep my TP off of cooldown in case I need to help my PA mid. And I see that my team is doing the correct thing. We're taking a fight away from our PA who's still trying to farm his Battle Fury. And we feel strong enough to potentially pressure them, especially after getting the Underlord pick off. Always, always, always bringing vision as we go from one place to another. We're lucky in this game because we also have the Beastmaster Hawk, which gives us even more vision. But vision, as you can see, is really how you are able to make these plays. Without the ward that I just placed, we don't find this Drow. And we're able to punish the fact that they are rotating on our PA in their jungle, which PA was making a play because of the ward that we placed there on Enigma, which made the other team TP to reinforce the Enigma, and then freed up Drow to be caught by this other ward that we have as well. And see, now they're continuing to rotate into an area where we have good vision, which is allowing us to continue to take these fights and get more and more pickoffs as they run in one at a time to an area that we have full control over. And this is how you can really snowball a game as a support, by simply allowing your team to take fights on their terms constantly, because people are going to try and defend their objectives. They're going to try and save their team. And if you just have superior vision all the time, you're going to be able to do what we're doing here, which is just chain one kill after another, because the other team's just always in vision. You know exactly where they are. You know who's alone. You know who's weak. You know who's vulnerable. And it becomes a very easy way to make the other team chain feed.